Hit the mics, take a seat, it's about to ignite. Two dudes with the spread, keep your bets locked tight. Sports talk sharp like a razor blade edge. Numbers don't lie, no need for a hedge. Welcome to the greatest fucking show on earth. From the pitch to the court where legends birth. Plays and parlays, every wager's worth. Sit back, tune in, ride the wave of mirth. Game clock's ticking, we predicting.
Hello, welcome to Guys One Spread podcast, episode number 47. Tommy and Joe here. I'm coming off a little bit of a cold, so if I start coughing a little bit, we're going on about 10 days, so I don't know how long I could go. So
I hear you. I think I had the same thing. I was dying last week. Dying.
I know the people are at work. They're like, or did you go to the doctor? I'm like, it's getting better. Like getting better.
It's slow.
It's
a slow recovery.
Man, the toughest part's been sleep, man. I can't sleep.
I hear you.
Takes me like an hour to hack up a lung, and then I fall asleep, and then I wake up.
We had the same thing. Just dying, hacking up everything.
Three hours later, I wake up, and I'm just hacking again and can't get back to sleep. So, brutal. Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, we had some gorgeous weather today, at least here in Rochester.
Oh yeah, back to what is it, second winter or whatever it is?
Yeah, what they I mean,
first spring hit, now it's second winter, and it's just brutal out there.
Yesterday it was like 70 degrees or something, and then
yesterday,
yeah, didn't it get into 60s?
Oh yeah. Morning.
What?
And it turned into pure snow by evening.
I know, it's insane. It's crazy that could be the weather, or was it? No, was it super nice?
That was yesterday. You're right. It was warm yesterday, then it snowed at night here.
Yeah. I mean, that's just stupid. It's just.
Yeah.
Oh man, you just when you think you're getting close to golf season, it's not so.
No, it's not coming. It's not coming in very soon.
Let's chat a little bit NCAA. I know we're always big March Madness people.
Oh yeah.
I had my Calcutta last night.
Very nice.
This is the best I've actually felt coming out of it. So, remember for this, the minimum you can spend is $750. The max is $1,000. I mean, we've kind of had the strategy of when one of the big teams comes up early, if it's someone you like, just bid and be aggressive.
You're going in.
People are a little bit.
That wasn't your strategy in years past.
What?
It wasn't your strategy, I don't believe, in years past.
No.
I thought you were always like a middle of the road team, try to take the threes and the fours.
Well, and what we kind of feel like we found is a little bit like sometimes people are reluctant early to spend that big money.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right? And then and then as it starts to roll along, people, I don't want to say panic, but you're like, oh, there's only 2 1 seeds left or 2 2 seeds. And so early, one of the first teams that came up was Gonzaga, who, if you follow KenPom ratings and stuff, they've been really good, especially recently defensively. And offensively, they've been strong. They're a 3 seed. I wound up getting them for $160, and the other 3 seeds went for like between $350 and $400. But that wasn't till later, right?
Right.
So that was the same type thing. Like I think people were like, oh, how much are you going? And so relative to the average cost of a 3 seed, we were way cheaper on that. And then we wound up getting Duke for $710, which is a big chunk of change. But
that is.
But when it came to later, Michigan and Arizona both went for almost 900. So, again,
All right.
it was like, wow, I feel like I'm getting I know they got a little bit of injuries, but I felt like that was relative to the value, that was pretty good. And of course, I snuck in later and got the Billikens.
You gotta get the Billikens.
Oh,
That's
so
our team
awesome.
from back in the day. Love them.
You have any initial thoughts on the tournament or teams that you really like or?
I will say one thing about Gonzaga. I kind of like BYU. So they got one of the leading scorers in the league.
They do.
I think he is the leading scorer in the league.
Yeah, he is.
And that could be a tough matchup in the second round. Um, I think as a one seed, the team I like to win it all is Arizona. The only thing that scares me about them is they're not a great 3-point shooting team, and but they seem to do everything else well. But you know how it goes in these tournaments. You run into a team like Wisconsin, who's in their bracket, they could get hot, and then you're matching twos for threes, and it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But I do think Arizona is I think they're the best overall team in the nation right now. With counting injuries and everything that's going on, they're pretty
Yeah.
healthy. So I do like Arizona. I do like BYU as a little bit of a sleeper.
I mean, the nice thing, the interesting part of the tournament and basketball in general is it's really the one sport where I think the one major sport, maybe pitcher where like just one guy can just really, you're like, dude, what do we do? Like, what do you
Yeah,
do? Like
I think it's hot.
that's kind of hard in hockey. You're going on every third shift. You might get a little extra time, or they shorten it. But in football, like you still need someone. Even the QB, you've got to pass to someone. There's times,
Right.
yeah, like in basketball, you can get that guy that's just out of his mind, and it's like we're doing everything we can to stop him. This guy's still getting to the hoop, making shots, getting to the free throw line, right?
Right.
Effective defensively. So that's the interesting part of the tournament. I think when you get that, you can get a guy on BYU and he's out of his mind and he can win
Right.
it.
Yeah, he can win a couple. So I've been going over the brackets. I trying to listen to everything I can get. Listen to. I know injuries are a part of everything. Every team's got some of the top teams are a little banged up. You have a sleeper you like? Any kind of like not a sleep to me a 3 seed's a sleeper to me to win it all. So I don't even consider anything. I'm not talking about
Yeah. I
a
mean, I
10
guess
seed or 11 seed winning this thing. But if do you like any of these 3 to 5s and maybe going to the final 4?
I think there's those two type of sleepers, right? There's the a sleeper to possibly win it all, which again, to me, that's a 3 or 4, right?
Right.
Then there's
and then
a
you
sleeper.
elite 8 sleepers maybe.
Yeah, and then there's a sleeper. Like I saw a thing today where it talked about the best, the best sleepers that have been, and it's usually an elite 8 run, maybe even a sweet
Right.
16, or you get to the final 4 or something,
Yes.
along those lines. So, I mean, I think St. John's is interesting, right? They're up there in Duke's bracket. I don't traditionally love them or the coach, but
Right.
they
Well, what happened to them last year, and I haven't followed them enough, but let's assume they're similarly built, is they got ice cold last year.
yeah.
Could
I
shoot
mean,
through.
they've beaten UConn twice pretty good this year, and that's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. So I don't necessarily love the fact that they're right up there in Duke's bracket, but sometimes not that St. John's isn't a big name school, but sometimes these like you get these schools that they're not your traditional blue bloods.
Right.
and how is the moment going to affect them, and things like that. But any team that could beat UConn as badly as they have in those two games, I think can probably just beat anybody, right?
Right. No, that makes sense.
So they, I could, you see them possibly getting on a little bit, a bit of a roll and going. When I look at teams that like, obviously, if you're good offensively and defensively, I know I always follow that. They talk about how defense travels, right? And
Right.
you could play if you could play good, strong defense, and you got whether it be a good system or a real big guy in the middle that could cause problems, or you can just contest threes, like you said with St. John's. You go cold, especially in college basketball. You got 2 20-minute halves.
Yeah, it's not long.
You hit a really cold stretch, and it's super hard to overcome that. That's why I get a little worried about. They're always like, man, they shoot the three so well, and 39%, and you're like, that's great, but it takes one game where you're not getting them off, or they're just not falling, and next thing you know, they're flashing up one of those, like, they're on a 17-2 run in the last 7 minutes because you haven't scored.
Right. I will say one team. It's a one seed. I will talk about Michigan for a second. I've watched them a couple times. The one thing I love about them, and I swear, they went 20 for 20 from the free throw line. Every time they're a great free throw shooting team.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff makes a difference in the tournament. Where these free points, some of these teams are just garbage from the line, and when you got a team that's already pretty talented, and you can make your free throws, that kind of stuff means something in the tournament.
Free throws, free throws are a huge thing, huge. I mean, you can get some of these guys up there that shoot, you shoot in the 80s, and it's. It's just it's so big. I mean, you get a guy up there that's shooting 62%, and this is regular season, let alone pressure and late in the games, NCAA, tournament, and that makes it tough. So there's a little part of me that I know every year there's a 12 seed that wins usually.
Right.
There's a 11, occasionally a 13. I'm wondering if there's not 2 to 4 of those, right? Like, did Alabama just lose one of their best players?
Yeah.
He got a ton of pot.
Yeah, a ton of pot. So Alabama losses,
their leading scorer.
Yeah, that's a big story.
Texas Tech, they're a 5. Are they a 5? I know they're missing. I think their top guy. I wonder if there's not 3 or 4 of those that flip instead of the normal 2, right? 2 to 3.
Right. Yeah, I think you look at your brackets and you're like, man, I don't see anything that's gonna. And then it happens. It happens you're right, 2 to 3 times. If you're talking a 10, 11, 12. I mean, 13 seed once every couple of years is 13 wins.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's tough though. It's like you want to do it. You got to pick the right one. But yeah, I do think it's the NCAA with the 3-ball is such a game changer for the sport. Where you could be a smaller team, and if you could just get hot, you're gonna stay alive and have a chance. So that's why the 12, 13 seeds have a chance.
Yeah. In that BYU in that BYU bracket in the bottom there, you got Purdue, who
I like Purdue.
What?
I like Purdue.
I like them because they're super experienced, right? Yeah. They just for some reason every year I feel like I like Purdue. They crap on me, and then the following year, I'm like, I'm done with them. I'm done with them. And then they seem to have a little stretch or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they last year they had that big guy, Eddie or
yeah, Edie.
Edie, yeah.
Yeah, he.
And he just I don't know, I watched him, he just seemed he wasn't impressive to me in the tournament. But yeah. I like him at 8 because I got him in a tournament where you get a couple teams you got to win against the spread. So Purdue's one
Okay.
of the teams I got. It was a draw of mine, so I'll be
Purdue.
rooting a little extra for Purdue.
What's that spread?
I don't know yet. He'll put it out the morning of.
Okay.
I can basically look it up and tell you kind of what it is at right this point. But let's look at let's see.
I mean, it's obviously
It's got to be 20 something.
got to be
I,
yeah. Because the tournament is because the games are so short. That's what also makes it awesome is that most of the I mean how big of a lead are you getting in the first 11 minutes, right? Most of the
right.
time these lower seeds can kind of just keep it close, and you always have that little bit of hope like, oh, let's go, and then most of the time
Threes early. It's maybe 12 11 12 12 and it's already 10 minutes into the game. You're like fuck. But
yeah,
it's 22 and a half currently.
what
I'll
22
assume it's going
and
to
a
be
half.
right around there. Yeah. So, yeah. I like that. Then if Queens, if I had Queens and they covered, you get Purdue moving forward and so on. And so it's fun.
Yeah. So, I know we're gonna really try and record tomorrow. Let's step in tomorrow and make our final four picks and
Sure.
championship picks.
We'll do.
So, um, yeah. What about so right now as we're talking, we got a little World Baseball Classic on, right?
Oh,
You've
USA.
been
What a stretch for USA sports.
yeah, it's been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Especially because we get to keep beating up Canada, right?
Yeah. I mean, everything we do is just crush Canada.
Yeah. Um, I feel like I remember the last World Baseball Classic and I remember watching some. I feel like this year this one I've been into a little bit more. I will say this, the fans are into it, man.
Right. Well, I think I don't know where the last one was. I mean, we can look it up, but Houston is a hotbed for pretty much any of these teams. Dominican, Venezuela. I mean, I was watching the game before he came on. Tons of Venezuelan fans there. So
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. I was listening on the radio and they were talking about the attendance and they said it's the highest it's ever had was about 1 million people show up to all the games through, and they were already at 1.3 going into the semifinals. So you're right about the crowds. They are more hyped.
Well, so now that you say that, I'm trying to pull. I mean, my phone's acting slow here. I'm trying to pull up. Seeing what. I'm trying to see if they're always in like what the different locations have been, right?
Right.
I mean, this one had it in four different places. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder. I don't know. I just feel like every game that I tune in, it seems like almost the funny part is it's like Venezuela. Like I feel like the crowd's almost 80% Venezuela, and I felt the
Yeah.
same thing about the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico when they were playing. I was just like, geez Louise, like they're, I don't know, maybe it's just where they're located and all of those fans are going, but yeah, the atmosphere's been really really good.
Right.
What do
I
you,
agree with you, and it's from what I'm talking to friends and everything. They seem to be more into this too. Do you think there is a carryover effect from hockey, and just people are like, shit, USA? We just had the Olympics. Everybody's still into Olympic mode. I don't know. Just wondering.
Maybe.
Because I agree. I don't can't even I can't I honestly can't remember watching a World Baseball Classic game before this year, and yet this year I seem to be into it. So
Yeah,
I'm wondering.
I do. Like I said, I remember at least watching like some of the playoffs and the finals of the last one because um, I remember watching Japan winning it. But
Right.
I don't think I have been into it quite as much. Um, plus it's pretty neat how there's some qualification stuff for the Olympics, right? Like I saw
Yeah.
Venezuela. So the what do you think of the timing of it? Like, I mean, it's before the season. I don't know when else you could possibly really do it, right?
No, I think it's good. I mean, you got you know basically it's preseason baseball, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
going on right now anyway. So it's preseason baseball. I mean, it's more an intense mode, but um, you know, to me, it doesn't affect anything. Players are still getting their at bats and
Do
everything like
they?
that, like they would want.
I'd have to look. I feel like I read something that said like, is there some sort of say that the teams, the major league teams, getting it? Like I feel like they said something about maybe the Padres and um, Miller and his availability or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? It's kind of tough because yeah, like I said, you really probably can't do it in the middle of the season, and after a
Right.
World Series isn't exciting. But at the same time, you get guys like Skubal who you're not getting out there to pitch regularly,
Right.
and I think they're probably on definitely more of a tighter pinch count because they're not in
Yep.
full season
Yeah,
mode.
they have it. Yeah, of course.
I just think it's one of
I
those.
mean, Skeens pitched 8.5. I mean, that guy's a monster, but that's normal for him. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's very, especially relievers. You're like, dude, you can't pitch my reliever back to backs or something
Yeah,
like that, or
yeah,
so many
yeah,
pitches. This is we don't want to, we need him for the season and stuff like that. I do think it's a great, you know, for the league. You get this, everybody's hyped up about this, and then you got basically opening days in 2 weeks. So it's I just think it's a great, you know, coming attraction for the season.
I do,
So
I agree with that as well. I mean, I think this atmosphere is really getting baseball fans, you like souped up. Not that baseball fan ever had a dull
right,
opening day. I mean, I know
right,
most baseball fans I know are like so excited for opening day
yeah,
every year. But I do. I think it gives a little extra juice and a little bit like let's get to the moment. I mean, baseball season to me usually starts a little bit slow, right? You got
right.
guys that seem to come out of spring training that are maybe not quite ready. Then they inevitably end up on my fantasy team and just suck for
Right,
2 months.
right.
But yeah, I think it's one of those things, and I think it's great that it's every 4 years, right? Like there's a part of me that wishes it was more often, but at the same time, you start getting that, and it takes away from the uniqueness and the coolness of it, right?
Right. No, I agree. I agree. And I think it's been a great event this year, and yeah, USA currently down 2-0, but USA's had a great run.
Yeah,
Uh, they got power hitters, a couple decent pitchers. I mean, a solid team. So
I think it's super funny. I think it's super funny seeing some of the rosters, right? Like I'm reading
yeah,
through the guys, you're like even the other day, they're like, Austin Wells, right? And I'm like, yeah, he's American, right?
right,
But I mean, I guess if you're not, I mean, I was talking with my daughter. I mean, I guess the thing is like either A, I just want to pay respect to my heritage. I'm going to play for Italy,
I hear
or
you.
or also a little bit of I'm not making Team USA, so
Yes, that is probably more. I can't say that. I can't say that. People, they have a chance to play for maybe their
Yeah.
grandparents and stuff are, still speaking Italian at home and they want to play for Italy. I get it. But I think it's more that maybe they weren't going to make the USA team. So it gives you another chance because
Well, and it truthfully, it probably just makes the tournament
better.
better and more competitive, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Absolutely.
listen. I'm not an expert in Italian baseball. My
Right.
guess is if you're bringing guys that live in Italy and their top crew over, they might not
Yeah.
fare as well
It might
as.
not be as, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't know if yeah, I argue this. I argue this to myself with the Olympics. I don't like when somebody's born here, lives here, goes to school here, works here, and then, is in the Olympics for, whatever country. It doesn't matter what country it is. I don't know why that bothers me. It kind of does for some reason, but nonetheless, I do understand it in this situation where you're right. I think it makes a little bit more of a better playing field for everybody.
Let me. All right, so I'm gonna one more quick thing on this.
Sure.
Have you been surprised at?
Hmm.
I mean, I'll be honest. There's a couple guys that I did not realize were like, say, Venezuelan,
Okay.
right? Like I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't really know that Venezuela had that many.
Good talented players.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't necessarily
Yeah, I
realize.
don't know either.
I mean,
I, I
I know
I'll
Dominican.
be honest with you if we have to be honest. I assume most of they're all Dominican, and that's kind of how I went. And I didn't know
You're
the
saying in
Venezuelan had
like
just as
in the
many good
major league
players.
season.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like they're coming up. I was like, I guess I didn't really realize he was Venezuelan. I assumed he was
right.
from somewhere down
Yeah,
there, right? You
Puerto
know what I mean?
Rico, Dominican. I just assumed those. I guess I just never assumed Venezuelan, but now I know.
I know. I was like, holy. So, yeah, pretty cool event. I mean, I think
Right.
anytime you can get some good, strong competition and nationalistic type stuff going, then it's going to make for a good event, right? Ryder
Absolutely.
Cup, Ryder Cup, obviously the Olympics and this. So it's been really good. Uh Interesting to see Japan lose and Dominican. I mean, those teams. I mean, that Dominican
Stacked.
lineup is
It's stacked.
it's out
I
of
know.
control. I mean, they're like,
I know.
oh, they got 6, 7, and 8, and I'm like, bro,
I know.
that's like 3, 4,
So
5
good.
in every major league lineup.
I know. I know. It was unbelievable to see that lineup.
Yeah.
But hey,
So
it's one game, so
it is. It's one game, and in I mean, baseball's just so hard. You get a pitcher that's just really pitching
right.
well, or
Absolutely.
sometimes you
So,
just, I mean, you can hit it right on the screws. And these guys, one, are incredible defensively, or you can just hit it right at the guy. You know,
uh, absolutely.
so that's what really makes that one game thing, kind of tricky. I guess it's like we said in NCAA, but the opposite, right? And now you're just nothing's going down. Nothing's
Right.
going down. You can shoot
Yeah.
50% from the field.
Yeah, that's why like a 7 game series and this and that. That's totally different. Usually stack the better team will always win in those series, but in a one gamer, I mean, it's just you get a hot pitcher, you get key run here and there, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
So
So, well, we will see where that thing finishes up. Uh, God, I didn't see. Do you know what inning it is right now?
bottom of the seventh, it's 2-0.
Yeah, we need.
That's why
We need some base runners.
there's some hits.
I mean, man, is it really like mid to late March, and we're talking about the Sabres?
I know. Oh, yeah, it is. It's it's. I mean, I'm driving around and I'm like, the fireman signs or this and that, restaurant signs or like
Yeah.
Go Sabres. You're like, wow, we still have something in for sports in Buffalo to root for going this late into a season.
It's you know what else is crazy? It's crazy how fast the environment at home
Oh,
game
change.
has changed.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know I've
Didn't take long.
no, it didn't.
Yes,
And
I've said this, and I know we've talked about it. Buffalo's a great sports town, and we gave. I mean, I don't know for the Bills. They showed up for the most part, and during their stretch,
yep.
and did their best. They got hammered and jumped through tables and lit themselves on fire just to entertain themselves, and that's what we did. We couldn't do that for the Sabres, so
Yeah.
you just had to like the games were just like this is awful. It's boring. I mean, the crowd is you're just like sitting there and nothing's going on, and it's awful. And you're like, I can't do this anymore. I can't go. I want to go, but
I
I
know.
can't go anymore. And there's a lot of people like that. I had seasons for 10 years. I couldn't do it anymore, and you can't blame them.
Yeah.
But just like that, like a month, you're like they're getting hot, and then crowds, little by little. I mean, it took like a week, and then. Now you can't get a ticket,
I know. Well, and
and it's buzzing.
a few points. One, during those stretches, during the stretches when teams aren't great, I feel like there's a little bit on the ownership to make the experience a little bit better, right?
I'll agree with that. I'll
And
agree
I
with
don't know how great of a job they did. I'll say this: people, kids, and people. I'm a person.
that. People, yes,
They like giveaways. They like
sure,
some free stuff. When your
right,
team's not good, you might have to up a little bit of that type of activity,
sure,
those type of like contests or giveaways. Make the experience at least. I mean, I've gone to a few games with my kids in the past few years, and I'm like, oh man, this is rough. And even like
yeah.
between whistles, I'm like, dude, chuck some T-shirts at some people. I don't know.
I know.
Like, get out the cannon. I don't know.
I
Like,
know, make it fun. I
something.
hear
So
you.
I don't think they did a great job out of that, but yeah, I mean the crowd has really come back, and I say this all the time. Buffalo is Buffalo is not a super rich city, right?
No, no.
Not when you're talking about filling huge venues,
Yeah, when you go, yeah, of course, yes,
right? So I think football, the advantage they have, even when they're not great, is that it's 8 times a year, right?
you're right.
Let's say
Absolutely.
someone's like, I don't want to go when it's super cold out. Well, there's 2 or
Yeah.
3 you're cutting off. So now you're basically looking at 5 home games a season. So like it's like an event,
Yeah.
even if they're not good. Like you could find a way to make it a whole day event and kind of enjoy
Right,
it.
and it's on a Sunday, the most part, especially when they were bad. It's a Sunday at 1. When
Yeah.
they were bad, well, Sunday at 1. We're playing a Sunday at 1. Can
Yeah,
you be
yeah.
there for a day? You're like, yeah, I'm gonna make it. It's 8 days a year. I can make this.
Yeah.
But when the Sabres are bad, and you have seasons, you're like, it's a Tuesday at 7:30. They're playing Columbus. You want to go
Oh.
see that? You're like, I'll do anything not to go see that game.
Yeah,
I'll do anything.
yeah. No, I mean, I mean, they're not playing well. It's not exciting. You got to work in the morning.
Right.
You're like, I'm gonna go down and pay for
I
parking.
got to park at 0 degrees. 20-mile-an-hour winds down there. You're like, I don't want to be down there.
Yeah, you need to. I mean, it truthfully really helps when the team's good and the environment's better. So,
Right.
trade deadline stuff. What I mean, I thought the Sabres did. They made a couple moves. I know Parenko, that was a little bit disappointing.
Right.
I mean, listen, the guy's won a Stanley Cup. He's a veteran. I'm sure he's settled in with his family really nice. So
Absolutely.
I think his answer might be different if he doesn't have a Stanley Cup or, gold medals with Canada, right? Like stuff
Sure.
like that he's gotten in the past. So there's that part of me that's like, yeah, that really sucks. But I don't know. I was I did not want the Sabres to mortgage too many assets.
Right.
Just
So to me, they went. The two players you heard first were Thomas and Franco, and they were like, "All right, we're swinging big here.
yeah,
Listen, we're swinging big. We're gonna give up some assets." They didn't work, and then they go, and I like what they did. They reorganize. I go, all right, now we're gonna get depth. Now we're gonna get some grit, some tougher guys. We need some size. We got a veteran center, good face-off guy. You
yeah.
get a couple bigger defensemen. So it
Defensive,
didn't cost them a ton.
yeah, defensive depth is important. Come playoff time, I like I said, we have these text threads about Owen Power, and
Yeah, it, not been good.
I know Metza's been really good, and when he gets up here, but something tells me late in a playoff game, game 4, 5, 7 minutes left. You want that experience. You want a bigger, stronger guy out there that that can battle and clear that puck. Not to mention injuries, right? Like the playoff hockey, we all know it's a different breed. It's physical. It's every other night. It takes a toll on you. You can't go with, I mean, 4 defensemen, let alone just
Right.
6, right? You really need 8 guys that you can have ready. So when one gets injured, because
Right.
it's almost a guarantee someone is,
Right.
whether it be a couple games or, more than that, you got to be able to bring guys in. So I think there's a little bit of Lindy right now that's kind of just playing with the lineup a little bit and seeing what can these guys. I mean, you're not going to trade a guy for a guy and then not get him in for 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. No, I know.
So, I think
Samson going down, sucks, but maybe at the time you're like, nah, we can get a guy in. We get some of these guys to play a little bit. We know what we got in Samson. Let's get Stanley. Let's get Shen. Let's get these guys out there.
yeah.
Kind of get them mixed in with the crew. So when they get forced in, it's just not, first time they're playing with each other in a game situation.
And the the fights. How about the fights?
I know. I wanted to bring this up. I've been watching hockey. I swear, after the Olympics, I don't know what it is. It could be just maybe it's. I feel like every game I'm watching now, there's fights. Not just the Sabres, even though the Sabres are. It's unbelievable. They're not a tough team.
Yeah.
But they've been very aggressive and more fights, and I feel like there's been a little bit more fights, which I think is good for the NHL.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I understand and don't understand why they try to wipe the fights off the sport. Fans love it. It's great for TV. It's great when you're live. There's, I get it. You don't want mayhem going on, but you get these fights. There's nothing wrong with it. It's these players seem to be much better at once the player's down. That's the end. That's the end, and we move on.
And I think the problem is these, sports are always trying to chase more fans, which I get. You want it. You got to, but, so they're like, oh, are we, I don't think we're going to get the average, American white mom to,
Right.
does she want to have her kids watching guys beating the piss out of each other?
Right.
No, but at the same time, I'm not sure how many of those fans you're actually pulling over, right? Listen, every fight that happens, the crowd's going nuts. The place is going freaking bonkers. They love it. So,
Right.
Do you want your stars getting hurt? No. Do you want total, was there a time where it was maybe over the top, right? Because they had just so many like premeditated fights.
Sure.
I don't think it's bad for the NHL if you get back to 1 to 2 fights a game.
I 100% agree. 100% agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got me off that Tampa game, and then we rolled right into that to a game of more fights, and then some more fights, and you're like, I'm showing my daughter like Barnaby running a goaltender
Yeah.
back in the day, and I'm like just Barnaby laying on the ground and a goaltender tapping him, and then just get him getting up, rising from the dead and beating him up, and I'm like, dude, it was it was chaos back in the day a little bit, but it was awesome. I mean, it
One of
was
the
great.
last, one of the last, one
I've
of the
never heard
last.
a person go, man, that was nonsense last night. Did you see that nonsense going on the
I
ice?
turned it off.
It
I
was
turned
awesome.
it off. It was there's
Yeah,
too many fights. I turned it off. I couldn't
never
take
heard of
it.
that in my life.
Yeah, no. Um, I mean the other day, one of the Sabres, I forget what game it was, but there was no fight into like the third period. I was getting mad. I'm like, come
Right.
on, man, let's
I
go.
know. It's
Carrick,
unfair.
yeah, Carrick center seemed to fit in pretty well. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, he came right in, and that line's been doing pretty good for a fourth line.
yeah, and chipping in. I mean, at this point, oh man, the Sabres they really just look good. I mean, they it's awesome. I mean, to see them. I mean, the other day on the out of town scoreboard, every single thing that you could ask for happened. Right, like
Right. I know.
Detroit, I think lost in overtime, but Tampa Bay in regulation, Detroit in regulation, Sabres won in I think it was the
In
Toronto
shootout.
night. They won in overtime, but there's no harm in getting
Yeah.
Toronto a point, right?
Yeah. They're giving Toronto a point. Who cares?
So, oh man, so awesome to see them
Yeah. So you
playing
got a
well.
big West Coast swing here. Hopefully, we get through that just like we did the last time we went West Coast. So it'll be should be good. Start with Vegas tonight.
Yeah, what are your thoughts about goalie playing time come playoffs? I know traditionally a lot of teams it's like, all right, he's the starter and let's go with
Yeah.
it. Um
Yeah. I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to go along, but I don't know. I want to say that, but it's been every other game now for 3, 4 months. I mean, I don't even know. It might be longer than that. I mean, it's been every other game, whether it be Pacaluna, UPL, or Lion, or Ellis. Even when UPL was hurt, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It was every other game.
yeah.
We're resting one, playing the other. So I think it's going to be Lion, and unless he's horrible, I think he'll get another game. But I could be wrong. It's been the same all year. I don't know if they'll change it.
I
What do you
think
think?
I really think that sorry, I got to go up and get a charger here.
Yeah,
I really think that I don't I think that they might split.
yeah. I mean, I can see it.
I think that
I mean, they've done it all year.
yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to. I don't know. Something tells me that they're going to split. Which, unless one guy really struggles,
Right.
then in the playoffs though, right? Like I think, and it might have to be 2 games in a row or something along those lines.
Yeah, I hear you. It'd be tough if Lion, they win like 3-1 the first game in the playoffs, and it's whoever it is to be like, all right, you're done, and let's go with UPL or Lion the next game. You're like, that's tough to do in the playoffs. I don't know. I don't disagree with you though. They've done it all year, and I don't know why they'd change it. So, do you think it gives you any advantage or disadvantage or advantage, I guess, to switch goaltenders in the playoffs when you're playing the same team over and over again, and you don't. I mean, tendencies or something like that. I don't know if that plays any kind of effect or anything, but
Yeah, I
just
mean,
throwing it out there.
I suppose it could. I mean, I suppose it could. I mean, these guys are definitely looking at analytics and where a certain guy probably gets most of his goals scored on. To a certain extent, I mean, you don't have the shootout, like shootouts and stuff. I think would matter more, right? If that was there, because then you really have tendencies, but that doesn't come in the playoffs as much. But Yeah, I mean, I suppose it could. You're still preparing for, you know, preparing for different things. I just think
Yeah.
the way, I don't know, something just tells me that that's the
We lose Joe. Well, I still think we're gonna go Lion, and I think he'll be the starter until he proves that he's not the starter. So we'll see what they do. It's tough. They've been doing the rotation all year. It's worked. Both of them been good, but Lions' numbers are just a good amount better still. You're bouncing it out, Joey.
I froze up. What's up?
It's getting that dead spot in that basement.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I plugged that thing
Yeah.
in. I don't know what
So-
happened there. So,
Well, thanks for joining.
Um,
I don't know if Joey's going to come back. We'll see. But if he doesn't,
Can you
thanks
hear
for
me?
joining. We plan to have another one tomorrow night. So we'll be talking a little bit NFL free agency, Bills moves, Seahawks moves, all the big trades, all the big moves in the NFL. And we'll talk a little bit more. We'll give you our picks for the brackets. And stick with us and hit the like button and follow us along. See you.
here.
Hit the mics, take a seat, it's about to ignite. Two dudes with the spread, keep your bets locked tight. Sports talk sharp like a razor blade edge. Numbers don't lie, no need for a hedge. Welcome to the greatest fucking show on earth. From the pitch to the court where legends birth. Plays and parlays, every wager's worth. Sit back, tune in, ride the wave of mirth. Game clock's ticking, we predicting the heat.